got to spend a lot of real quality time with my mom, at least partially because of my genetic defects with respect to eyes, and going to Washington for eye surgery at the age of 12 and taking a train trip across the country back to Washington, D.C. to have my eyes operated on. And then I had follow-up examinations trying to get myself to have stereoscopic vision. And Mom and I, in relationship to these eye doctor appointments in Evanston, did two wonderful things that wedded us forever, which was to go to movies together before or after the eye doctor appointments, and to have ice cream sodas together before or after the ice cream. Before or after the eye doctor
root beer
appointments.
float?
No, we were doing serious, real ice cream sodas, cherry, lime, the whole ball of wax.
Do you remember that?
And it was some combination of those things that my mom, I think, helped instill in me this notion that I could do whatever the heck it was that I wanted to do. And so when I got terribly dazed and confused, like my sisters during the late 60s and early 70s.
No, you can only speak for Sue.
Oh, that's right, you thought you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
In any event, it was partially that quality time with Mom that enabled me to strike off in that different direction. That was very much the heritage of having been a dilly and having gone to the cabin all those years to become a forester, which has been a wonderful, wonderful thing for me. And to do something you love doing is a great gift. And Mom, I thank you very much for it.
Let's loosen her up with a few turns. I advanced this back and tried her again. Well, I got her stabbed. Let's see. Kenneth Fowler had an awful season. Fire destroyed his blueberry ground at raking time. Termites had ate up his ice house. And on top of that, a stray cat had drowned on his well. Come along October, he thought he'd best go out stock up on food for the winter. He took down his gun, the one with the side-by-side barrels, and statted out. He walked all day without firing a shot. In fact, he was all set to head in when he spied a fox about 2 rods distant. He took aim and was all set to pull the trigger when he spied another fox about 2 rods from the first. Well, he aimed somewhere in between. The shot hit a rock, split it in two, and killed both foxes. The kick from the gun knocked him into the stream behind, and when he came to, his right hand was on an otter's head, his left hand was on a beaver's tail, and his trouser pockets were so full of trout that a button popped off his fly and killed a partridge.
There's really only one thing that I have to say, and it's been said really, I think, by everybody before me. But when it comes right down to it, there's really just the one thing I wanted to say. And I knew this was going to happen. But he gave me and he gave us this incomparable gift of knowing that I was loved wholly and completely and without any reservation. And that's a gift that you only get to give once, and in the way that he gave it, it's something that has made my life infinitely easier and infinitely better. And the cool part about it was that he was this successful executive, and I sort of went off this slightly hippie-esque forester-laden route. You know, I had my little fling with the 60s and early 70s and all the things that might have entailed. I cleverly shielded him from it a little bit. But through all of that, he always let me know, and it's just indicative of the kind of person he was, that whenever we got together, he really only wanted to know, was I happy? And that he always let me know that he would only really be happy with my choices if I was happy with my choices. And that ability to simultaneously give and let go was what my dad was all about. And that sense of security and encouragement that he gave all of us in his family, I know were absolutely characteristic of how he dealt with just about everyone. And in fact, that's obviously why we're all here today, and why I thank you so much for coming. And I hope that if anybody is kind of moved to contribute an anecdote or two to fill up my nominal time here, I'd be happy to hear it, because you can tell we're having a little trouble letting go, and another story or two wouldn't hurt. Thank you very much.
What next? Let's think about being that fir tree. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?